Hello everyone, welcome back to the B classes. In this video, we are going to discuss about the difference between while, do while and for loops, and also discuss the answers of the output programs which were present in the printed notebooks. So let us start by discussing the difference between while, do while and for loops. So we already know that there are three types of loops in Java: while, do while and for. All the three types of loops can be used to write a program. For example, you are given a program to print hi 10 times. You can do this program using while, you can do this program using do while, you can do this program using for. In all the three cases, you will be getting the same answer and you will be getting same marks. But still there is some difference between while, do while and for loop. The first difference is while loop is preferred. While loop is preferred when number of iterations are unknown. If while loop is preferred, for example, program is given and you are confused that should I use while, do while and for. So while loop will be preferred in those programs where number of iterations are unknown. What does that mean? I'll explain. This goes same for do while. That is, in do while loop, so do while loop is also preferred when number of iterations are unknown. But in case of for loop will be preferred when number of iterations are known. So here the points you need to remember is while and do while are used when number of iterations are unknown, and for is used when number of iterations are known. This is a first difference. So the similarity between while and do while is they are both used when number of iterations are unknown. And for is different from while and do while because it will be used when number of iterations are known. This is the first difference. I will explain you what does that mean. The second difference is while is known as an entry controlled loop. A while is known as an entry control loop. Similarly, for is also known as an entry control loop. So while and for are similar in this case. That is, while and for are both entry control loop. While, the do while loop is an exit control loop. Do while is different from while and for as it is an exit control loop, while and for are entry control loop. So while is entry controlled, for is also entry controlled, but do while is exit controlled. So these are the differences. So in board exam, you can also be asked what is the difference between entry control loop and exit control loop. You can be asked like this, not like only difference between what is while and do while. In that you will write while is entry and do while is exit control loop. Difference between do while and for, again, do while is exit control, for is entry control. What is the difference between while and for? In while and for, the similarity is while and for are entry control. But what is the difference? While is used when number of iterations are unknown and for will be used when number of iterations are known. Okay. So in all the three types of loops, there is something that are same and something that are different. Okay. So now we'll understand what do you mean by number of iterations being known and unknown and what is entry and exit control loops. So first of all, what is iterations? Iterations means nothing but repetitions. Number of times the loop is going to work, that is repetition. Okay. So while and do while is unknown. It will be used when number of repetitions are unknown, and for will be used when number of iterations are known. For example, the question is asked, print high 5 times. You have to print high 5 times. Here you know that you have to create a loop that will work for 5 times. Means the loop will be repeated for 5 times. Means iterations is 5 times. So this is known situation. You already know that you have to print high 5 times. So this is known as known number of iterations. So in this case, where you already know that you have to print high 5 times. In this case, we will say that we'll use for loop. We'll use for loop. It is preferable. If someone uses while and do while, it is not wrong. For example, a question is asked to print high 5 times. We know that we should use for because here the number of iterations are known. But someone uses while and do while. That doesn't mean this program is wrong. It is preferable. In this case, you should prefer to use for loop. Similarly, for example, in another program, it is given to print high n times. So here n is unknown. N means you don't know. N can be 5, n can be 10, n can be 1000, n can be anything. In this case, we can tell that it is unknown. So in this case, you should use while or do while. But in ICSE, it doesn't matter. Let it be unknown number of iteration, let it be known number of iteration. You can use while, do while and for. Okay. So this is only for theory. You have to remember what is the difference between while and for like this. For while, do while, it is unknown number of iteration. For, it is known number of iteration. This will not be used in your programming. Okay. Just remember as difference. Now the second difference is very, very important. That is what is entry and exit control loop. So what is entry control and what is exit control? For example, you want to go to see a movie. So whenever you enter into the cinema hall, you can see a guard will be waiting. And whenever you try to enter, he will ask for tickets, for the movie tickets. So if you have movie tickets, you can enter. If you don't have movie tickets, you cannot enter. That is the normal case. So while entering into the cinema theater, when you want to watch the movie, here it is checking while entry. Since it is checking in the entry, it is called entry controlled. Since it is checking in the entry, it is called entry control. Now example of exit control. You went to a shopping mall. So whenever you enter into a shopping mall, so guards are there. Even in the shopping mall, the guards are there. But will they stop you and ask you, do you have money? Are you going to purchase or just to roam around? Because sometimes people just come, don't purchase anything and go away. So here when you enter, there is no checking. We are not talking about that bag checking. That is something different. That is security check. We are not talking about security check. Here, if you want to purchase or don't want to purchase, it doesn't matter. You can enter. He is not going to stop you. Even if you have come with no money, you have 0 rupees in your pocket, then also you can enter. So what it is happening? It is not checking at the entry. But for example, you went inside but now what you did, you went inside and you picked up a nice t-shirt. Then you went to another place and you picked up a pair of trousers. And then you want to go out of the shopping mall. Now he is going to stop you to check if you have paid for your items. If you have paid for the t-shirt and the trouser. So you can come out of the shopping mall only if you have paid. You cannot come out if you have not paid. So what it is happening here, the main thing is it is going to check when you are exiting the shopping mall. The guard is going to check when you are exiting the shopping mall. So this is called exit controlled. So this is called exit control. So if there is checking when you enter, then it is entry control. If there is checking when you exit, then it is exit control. Assume that this cinema hall is a loop, or this shopping mall is a loop. So in a loop, if you are checking at the starting point before entering the loop, the curly brackets is the body of the loop. Before entering into the body of the loop, you are checking here. Then this is called entry control. If in the body of the loop, you are not checking here in the entry, but you are checking while coming out, this is called exit control. So here, out of the three loops, do while is exit control and while and for are entry control. And this is because of their syntaxes. Because of the way we are writing the syntax, do while is exit control and for and while are entry control. So let us move to the syntax to understand those things. So for example, we have while a is less than 3, system.out.println a plus plus, where initially a is 1. Let us see what is happening. So we have a equal to 1. While entering the loop, here we are checking. We have till now not entered the loop, okay, into the body of the loop, but we are going to check here. That is, if a is less than 3, that is 1 is less than 3, true. If it is true, then only we are going to enter inside the body. Then only we are going to enter inside the body. So here it is true, therefore we will enter inside. So we are first checking, then entering into the loop. So therefore this is an example of entry controlled. For example, if we change the value of a to 4, then what will happen? 4 less than 3, false. So we cannot enter inside the body of the loop. 1 means, assume that 1 means ticket is present and 4 means ticket is not present. So if a is equal to 1, this is true. So you can enter, means you have the ticket and you can enter inside the cinema hall. This is the cinema hall. If it is 4, then this will become false. That means you don't have ticket. You cannot enter inside the cinema hall. So you are being checked before entering into the loop. Same for loop also. We'll write the same program for for. For we have a equal to 1, a less than 3 and a plus plus. And here system.out.println a. So here a is 1, 1 less than 3, true. If it is true, then only we can enter. In case the value is 4, 4 less than 3, it will be false. We cannot enter. So before entering inside the body, we are checking it. Therefore, for is also an entry control. But do while is little bit different. Let us check what is happening in do while. So in do while, a less than 3, and here in the starting we have a equal to 1, and here we will write the print statement, system.out.println a plus plus. Remember, this is the same program again. We have a equal to 1. You can see here we are not checking anything, but we are directly entering. When we enter, we are printing 1, increasing the value of a by 1, it will become 2, and then again we are checking is 2 less than 3. Okay, that is fine. We know 1 means ticket is present, you can enter inside. But what if the value is 4? If a is 4, this is actually false, 4 is not less than 3. But when a is 4, are we checking anything here in the do? No. So what will happen? It will enter inside. Even if we know that a is 4, means it should be false. But in do, there is no checking, so it will enter inside. It will print the value of a, that is 4. It will increase the value to 5. Then it is going to check is 5 is less than 3. Okay, so even if it is false in the starting stage, we are still entering the loop, because we are not checking in the entry, but we are checking in the exit. So this is an exit control loop. We are checking when we are trying to come out of the loop, come out of the body of the loop. When we are trying to come out of the body of the loop, we are going to check. Therefore, this is known as exit control. So what happens when it is entry control and exit control? That is the main difference between entry and exit. What is the difference between entry and exit control? So in entry control, we first check the condition, or we can write, we first check the test condition and then enter inside the loop. So what happens in entry control? We first check the test condition and then enter inside the loop, or inside the, you can write the body of the loop. Okay, we first check the test condition and then enter inside the body of the loop. But in exit control, we first enter inside the body of the loop. We first enter inside the body of the loop and then check the test condition. It is just opposite, you can say. Here we first check and then enter inside the body. Here we first enter inside the body and then check the test condition. So what is the difference? So whenever you use entry control and exit, entry means while or for, and exit means do while, you will not get any difference in the output. Only in one case you will get difference in output, only in one case, when it is false at the starting point. Whenever the test condition is false at the beginning only, then only we'll get different answer for entry and exit, or else both the answers will be same, or else both the answers will be same. So now we'll write the same program and we'll check how it is different. For example, we have int a equal to 1, while we are checking while and do while. You can also check for and do while, okay, because for while and for both are entry control, both will work same way. If a is equal to 1, then what we'll do, we'll print system.out.println a plus plus, and here also we are going to write the same program, except this time this is do while. Okay, so what is going to happen here? Let us first check what is the answer here. A equal to 1, while a equal to 1 is 1 equal to 1, true. True means it will enter inside, it will print 1. A values becomes 2 now. 2 equal to 1, false. So your final answer is 1. Let us check what happens in do while. A is equal to 1, do, it will not check anything, it will come inside directly, it will print 1, a plus plus. What will the value become? 2. Then it will check 2 equal to 1, false. So in this case both the answer are same. Fine. Because what is happening? In the first case it is becoming true. What if we change the value of a as 2 in both the cases? Now we have changed the value of a as 2 in both the cases. 2 equal to 1, false. False means it will not go inside. So here we will get no output, because at the starting stage it is false, we cannot enter. Okay, what happens in do while? A equal to 2, do, here it is not checking anything, means it will go inside. It went inside, it printed the value of a, that is 2. A value becomes 3. Now it will check 3 equal to 1, false. So here while we are getting no output as the answer, here we are getting 2. This is the difference between entry control and exit control. The difference will only arise when it is false at the starting stage. In while and for, you will get no output because it is false at the starting only, it will never enter inside. But in do while, even if it is false at the starting point, it will print at least once. Even if it is false at the starting stage, the loop will work at least once. In exit control loop, the loop will work at least once, even if it is false at the starting stage. Okay, do while will execute at least once. This is the main difference between entry and exit control loop. And this is very important for short questions. This is very, very important for your short questions. So this completes the comparison between while, do while and for, and which is very, very important for your theory part. So now next what we will do, we will be discussing the output programs present in page 34 and 35. If you can see the questions, we have already solved similar type of questions in previous output programs. I had given many output questions previously, which we have already discussed. So you can see that we have solved similar type of questions already. So I am not going to solve all the questions in this video. I will be solving only the important ones, and rest I will be sharing with you in the PDF form. So now let us solve few of the questions in page number 34. So I will solve question number 6, that is bit number 6. Okay, so the question is, for char ch equal to a, ch less than equal to z, ch plus plus, int a equal to ch, system.out print a plus, and then within quotes space. So here you can see the starting value, ch is the loop variable, and the starting value is a, single character a, and the final value which we can get from the test condition is z, and the ch value is being increased by 1 every time. So what will happen when you add a plus 1? Automatically it will take the ASCII value and it will add 1, which will become 66. Again it will change into the character form, that is b. So whenever you add 1, a will become b, then b will become c, and similarly it will go till z. So this is a series we are getting out of the loop. This is a shortcut method I am doing. Okay, and then inside what we are doing, after getting a value, for example in the first case we will get single character a, you are converting it to integer form, that is their ASCII value, and then printing it. So in the first case the answer will be 65 space. Next value will become b, it will print 66 space, then c 67 space. Like this in the same line, since print is there, in the same line it will continue, and finally it will print the value of ASCII value of z, that is 90, and then a space. So this will be your answer. Actually it is very, very easy. Okay, you already know how to solve for loops, and out of those questions we have already solved different types in previous videos. For example, what will happen when initialization and test condition or updation are not present in their actual location, like you can see in question number 7 or 5 or 4. Okay, missing. You can see there is difference in syntaxes. We have already solved this type of question. So I will be sharing the answer in PDF. Next bit I am going to solve is bit number 9. So initially we have a equal to 3, and we are checking if a is less than equal to 10. True, 3 is less than equal to 10, true. Now we are printing plus plus a. Plus plus a means first change then use. So a value will become 4 and it will print 4. So here you will say that plus plus a is present alone. It is independent. No, it is dependent on the print statement. So here we are going to use the rule, that is first change then use, first use then change. the increment decrement rule. Okay. In the next case, we are printing a plus plus. First we will print and then we will change the value. So a value will become 5. Next, minus minus is first change, then use. So it will print 4 4 4. Then we are increasing the a value by 2. So it will become 6. Again it will check 6 less than equal to 10, true. Then we'll go inside and it will increase the value of a by 1 and it will print 7. Then a plus plus. First print, then change. Then minus minus a. First change, then print. So it will print this time 7 7 7. Then a equal to a plus 2. This will become 9. So 9 less than equal to 10. True. Come inside. Plus plus a. This will become 10 and it will print 10. Then a plus plus. It will print 10. It will increase the value to 11. Then minus minus a. First it will become 10. Then we will print 10. A equal to a plus 2. Value will become 12. 12 less than equal to 10. False. So what is our answer? 4 4 4 7 7 7 10 10 10. Okay, clear? So these were little bit different. Means how to use increment decrement when it is present in print statements. This was very much important. Whenever increment decrement is present inside print statement, you should use the formula. That is first use then change or first change then use. Okay, the increment decrement formulas. Next, in page number 35, I am going to solve bit number 3. So we have x equal to minus 10 and we have b equal to true and we are checking while b. So when you write while b, what is the value of b here? Value of b is true. That means you are telling that the test condition is true. Okay, here b means true means the whole test condition is true. True means will enter inside. And again we are checking if x is less than 0, means minus 10 is less than 0. True. True means we'll increase the value of x by 1, so it will become minus 9. And then continue. Continue means what happened? It will go to test condition. This is while it will go to test condition. And b value is true only. So while true means again it will enter inside. Minus 9 less than 0, true. X plus plus. This will become minus 8. Again it will go to test condition. Again true. So like this, it will go till x becomes 0. When x becomes 0, x less than 0 will become false. False means it will go to else block, break. Break means it will come out of while loop. It will come out of while loop and it will print the value of x. That is nothing but 0. So here the answer will be 0. Because 0 less than 0 it becomes false. The x value never increased. It got stuck in 0. So it will come out and it will print 0. So this thing was very important. That is what is while b. While b means while true. True means the test condition is true. So these were few of the things which were new for you. The rest everything we have already solved. I will share you the PDF. In case you have any doubt, you can ask in the discussion forum. So now I will take a leave from you. Have a nice day. Thank you.